These are the pictures you've seen of January 6th. They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every media outlet in America for the last 2 years. There's a reason for that. But it turns out there's quite a bit of video you haven't seen. And that video...
What is up, my fellow patriots? How y'all doing out there in America? Home of the free, land of the brave. It's me, the Wicked Wizard, back with another video. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've been around, but I'm trying to come back as much as possible. I want to get back on a regular schedule so I can keep bringing you more and more videos. Today I want to talk about what if I told you? What if I told you that January 6th was a FedSurection? And it was a set up by the government to take down Trump supporters. It was designed to kill the MAGA movement. That's what it was designed to do. They thought they got Trump out with this fake bullshit election, and now they got to kill all the people who follow him by setting up this January 6th shit, but it didn't go as planned because most of the people didn't partake in their bullshit. You see, to kind of explain it real quick, and then I'm going to show you the videotape so you can see for yourself. Capitol building is real big, right? So it's a big, huge building. So on one side, there was a federally permitted rally planned, right? That's when Trump said, hey, most of you are going to march down to the Capitol and peacefully let your voices be heard. Remember when he said that? That's what he meant. That's where those folks were going. Now, on the other side of the Capitol, there was a bunch of other people just milling about. Also, a bunch of FBI agents, a bunch of Antifa, and a bunch of other people started to stir up shit. And once they got him into a mob mentality, yes, those people came in and broke some windows, broke some doors, and came in from that side of the building. But that was not even 1% of the amount of people that were there that day. There was over 500,000 people, maybe 1,000 people on that side did that. All the other thousands of people came in from the other side because the cops had opened up the doors and waved them all in. Yep, that's what happened. Don't believe me? All right, well, you're going to start to see it, and I'll show you a little bit of it right here. Just check it out.
Video tells a very different story about what happened on January 6th.
Look, they're picking stuff up.
More than 40,000 hours of surveillance footage from in and around the Capitol have been withheld from the public. And once you see the video, you'll understand why.
Withheld. By the way, why withheld? Why? There was a January 6th committee run by Nancy Pelosi, and fucking why wasn't this released then? Why didn't the American people have a right to know? No, we don't. Just make the shit up and then cherry pick the videotape and then put forth your narrative. And now when the actual narrative comes out, you're all screaming and hollering. It's great. The lefty meltdown over this is tremendous. Let's go back.
Taken as a whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection.
It was not an insurrection.
It demolishes that claim. And that's exactly why the Democrats...
So, first of all, an insurrection. Now, what is an insurrection? Well, obviously, that's where an armed group of people go to overthrow a government. Okay, so if you're going to overthrow the United States government, you're going in D.C., right? Well, you need to take over the Potomac. Right, the Potomac River? Well, that didn't okay. Well, at least you have to have a lot of armed people and some machine gun nests, and didn't have that either. In fact, there was no guns at all. Not one single person was charged or caught with a gun at this January 6th insurrection. Well, wait a minute, then why do they call it an armed insurrection? Oh, they say because they had flagpoles. Flagpoles. So they're going to take over a government with flagpoles. You still believe that shit? Okay, here we go.
The Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it. By controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened, and you would never know the difference.
And lie they did.
Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe that we could charge as many people as possible.
Just charge them. Fuck them.
The full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous.
And look at the size of
A
that
small
crowd.
percentage of them were hooligans.
Idiots,
They committed
lock those
vandalism.
people up.
You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers.
Wait, no, they're stealing those brochures that we want people to take when they walk by. Right?
Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the Speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol. They obviously revere the Capitol.
Yep, they revere the Capitol because these are patriots. Patriots who love our country.
They're there because they believe the election was stolen from
Yes,
them.
they believe the election was
in the
stolen.
system.
And nobody
Here's
would
the
hear
man
them out.
you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber.
Now. Here we go. The QAnon shaman, right? They had to, this guy made a bad choice by dressing up in this face paint and these horn things on his head, the fur and horns. Because as soon as they saw this guy, they were like, that's it. We're going to pin everything on him, right? That's the face of white supremacy. That's the face of January 6th insurrection. That is an evil dude. He was in the Capitol. He was looking for Pence and Nancy Pelosi. He was going to hang them, and he's fucking evil. And fucking, we gave him 4 years in jail. Fuck that piece of shit, right? Really? Well, what did he really do? Oh, let's check.
These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally.
We will not let them silence your voices.
After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd broke windows. Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others just walked in. Of course, they did make it the story.
Alex Jones was right. That's Alex Jones right there. He said, don't do it. Don't go in. They're going to make this the story. Yeah, because someone opened the doors and many people went in. I was just screaming, don't do it. Don't do it. It was a federal setup, man.
And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley.
Get that. Dude is a Navy veteran who loves his country, right? But like I told you, man, since he chose to put on this horn hat, right, and paint his face patriotically, and he was on screen, the Democrats said that he's the face of the insurrection. All right. Again, since he's the face of the insurrection, well, let's see the crimes that this man committed.
Often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive.
Yes.
What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there's dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance...
Actually, I do need to correct you here, Tucker. That is one thing I'm going to have to push back on because I seen this guy walking through a door. And there was a window on the side of the door that got kicked out. Now, I don't know how the door got open, but it seemed to be, I don't know. I actually don't know, but I seen him come in a door on this very videotape right here. So anyway, let's get back.
This video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside.
That's true.
Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley.
Never.
They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley.
Okay, wow. Wow. Did you see right there? Do you see? Do you see right here? Now, this is kind of blanked out due to, because the Capitol Police said they didn't want to show this door. But you see this cop right here? He is trying to open the door for the violent QAnon shaman that leads to the Senate floor, right? That's what he's trying to do. Now check, right? You see that, right? I'm not mad. You see that, right? Now let's see what else happens.
Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol police officers take him to multiple entrances.
Okay, so did you see that? The door was locked. And I don't know if you've seen it, but the cop that tried the door turned around to him and said probably something like, no worries, we'll find another door for you, or something like this nature, because watch what happens next.
And even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers.
Now, check this out, right? Look at this. Look at this. You see what I'm trying to say? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Here is the evil mastermind of the January 6th insurrection. QAnon shaman, right? Here's a cop in front of him. There's a cop behind him. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 other cops right here, right? What happens? What do they do? To try to disarm his flagpole, since that was the weapon that you said?
Within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down.
Oh, no.
Chansley understood that...
No. They did nothing. Wow, I thought it was an insurrection. And then the leftists come out and saying, well, the Capitol Police that day, they weren't tour guides. They looked like tour guides to me for the shaman, but they were so overwhelmed that they just tried to appease these people to get overwhelmed. Do you see? Fucking overwhelmed. Jesus Christ. You got one protester and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 10. I think there's 10 fucking cops there. You're really overwhelmed. So if you're so overwhelmed on the other side of the building, why are there 10 cops in front of with one building? One dude, rather. I mean, fuck, man. Really? Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Let's continue.
Distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Did you see the cop open the door to the chambers here? They took him on a tour. They tried to open up They took him on a tour. They tried to open up the other door. It was locked. So they walk him down the hallway, get him to the other side, and then they open this door for him. Wow, man. Wow, really? All right.
Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us into the building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on...
I don't know, because the stupid, what do you call it, closed caption was on in there. But he said, thank you to the Capitol Hill Police for allowing us into the building. God bless them and shit, right? Wow, what a fucking criminal. Yeah, he definitely deserves 4 years in jail, right, lefties? Right?
Video, some of which has never before been seen, with the depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Shoot him. You fucking Democrats who said you're all loving and tolerant and shit, but you want to shoot a dude who's being escorted around the Capitol building by Capitol Police. Fucking shithead lefty motherfuckers. Wow, man. Wow. Just wow.
Like, you burst into the United States Senate. If he was dressed like Bin Laden, would you have shot him?
Shoot him.
No. Even if he was dressed like Bin Laden, you don't shoot him. Is he committing a crime? Is he trying to hurt somebody? No, you don't shoot him. I don't care what he's wearing. The fuck, man.
Shoot him. It makes you wonder, who are the violent extremists here? Not Jacob Chansley. And the video proves that.
Proves it.
You never have known from the media coverage.
And you would never know.
In the chairs,
Nancy Pelosi had her way.
need to be sitting in a jail cell.
Chansley is in a jail cell. He's been there for months. If he was in fact committing such a grave crime, why didn't the officers who were standing right next to him place him under arrest? Until now, no one could even prove that even happened. But it did.
Oh, yeah. It sure did. Anyway, man, I don't understand how I understood this the day it fucking happened. And it's taken almost 3 years for the rest of y'all to catch up with what I already knew that day. Well, I'm sure a lot of you that might be watching my video knew too, but you understand what I mean, right? These fucking shitheads, I had no idea. But you know what? That's true. Because a lot of normies that don't really check on what's going on in the world like I do, they don't know. All they hear is that cops died. By the way, no cops died. Not one. Not one single cop died on January 6th, okay? Not one. Actually, the only person that died was Ashley Babbitt, a Trump supporter. She was, I think, an Air Force veteran. It's like 5 feet tall, weighed 100 pounds soaking wet, and she was shot by a cop standing up in a windowsill. I mean, there was no danger from this chick whatsoever, yet the cop shot her, and the left hailed him as a hero. And now all of a sudden they like cops. You ever notice that too? Now all of a sudden the Capitol Hill police are so brave, and honestly, after 575 declared riots over 2020 and dozens dead and I don't know, hundreds of cops injured and shit. Fuck, man. Well, anyway, man, the truth is coming out, and I hope y'all realize it. We have to take our country back. We have to red pill normies. Show everybody this. Anybody thinks that January 6th cops died and it was a super duper insurrection by all Trump supporters and shit is fucking nonsense. It was set up by the federal government. It was nothing like that. Most of the people were let in and they were fucking peaceful and nothing. They did nothing. Nobody died that day except a Trump supporter. And that is the truth. And if you don't believe me, go ahead. Let me know, man. Post some comments down below. Post some links to some shit that proves me wrong. I don't think you can. Anyway, sorry the video was so long, but there's too much shit to go through. I have more about the same topic, but I'm going to do other videos. And until then, peace.